Hey, welcome back. Uh, in the last video, we made component pieces and we put them together into something like this. So this is where we want to end up on this video, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this here so we can see what the finished one looks like. And then I'm going to back up to where you guys are right now, which is you have these individual pieces just kind of laying around on your table here. So let's go back to that state so that we're all starting together. And this would be back down on the ground. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we have all these little pieces everywhere. Now, the first thing we need to do is let's put together the two pieces that actually are positive. These are the pieces that actually add something to the shape. These other three pieces just cut things out. Okay, so let's put together the positive and then we'll cut out the negative stuff that doesn't need to be there. Okay, for this one, we're going to use the Align tool. This is something new that most of you probably haven't messed with. First of all, when you're going to line two things up, you have to tell the things like which things do we want to have lined up. So what you're going to do is you're going to click this shape, hold down Shift, and click this one. And now we're grabbing both of these, and we've told the computer these are the two things we want to mess with right now. Another way to do that is to go to the top and drag over just those two things. It can be hard if other stuff is in the way. Like if this was in between there, this might be hard to do without moving this out of the way first. So however you do it, you click, hold down Shift and click the other one. That's fine too. Click. So I'm going to hold down Shift and grab them both. And I'm going to click this button up here. See how it says Align? The shortcut is L, so you could just press the L key on your keyboard, or you could click this button up here. Okay, and when you do, you get this. What the heck is that? Okay, we'll figure this out. First of all, we can see here, when I ungroup this other one, we need these shapes to be lined up at the back. So you can, whoa, lost it. See how these two shapes are actually going to be lined up at the back of them. They're going to be lined up down in this corner at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Shift key to grab this one. Sorry about that. And this one, and I'm going to press the Align tool or press L on my keyboard. And here's what I'm going to do. We want this. Now here's how this works. Click the one that you want to hold still. I want the ramp to move over to this box. I'll just call it a ramp. It's not really a ramp, but it's a good nickname. Click here. Now, you can see this one's grayed out because they're already aligned at the bottom. If I click this one, it would bring this up so that it's lined up in the middle. Or I could bring it up to the top, but we don't want that. We want it at the bottom. So the options are bottom, middle, top. We want it at the bottom. It should already be there because they're already even. If they're grayed out, that means they're already there. You don't have to do it. Okay, we want it lined up in the middle. And actually, look what that did. That, just because they're the same size, that lines up all three of them. And if you look from the front, a perfect front view, they are lined up perfectly. If we look from this side, they're lined up perfectly that way. Now we need them lined up to the back. Now this is kind of hard because they're so small and pushed together. Do we want it to line up to the front? No. The middle? No. We want it lined up to the back. And there you go. You got those two put together right now. Now don't do anything with those. Just leave them right there. We'll group them together later. You could put them together now, but you'll get that. I'm going to undo that. Okay, now we need to see, guys, we got to have a place to slide the card in. And that's going to be this box right here. So let's go here. We're going to click this one and hold down the Shift key to select just this one. See, we're just dealing with these two. I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to click the Align tool or press L on my keyboard. Now let's think about this one. If you think about the left and right, you know what? I'm going to move these out of the way. They're annoying and they just confuse things. Hold down Shift, Align, click on this one to hold still. So this one holds still. That means that this one's going to move to this one. Okay, everybody, We want it, first of all, we don't want it on the bottom. We need it all the way to the top because that's where we slide our badge in. So align it to the top. Whoops. If you ever click on something else, it's going to ruin your alignment. Just click on them both and you can go back and finish the rest of it. Click this. And now we're going to make sure it's aligned to the top. Now, front to back, it needs to be right in the middle. So zoom in here and click on the middle one. So it's top, it's middle, and then right here, going from left to right, it needs to be, let's go back here, it needs to be in the middle also. So let's think about the alignment that we just did. It's top, middle, and middle. And if you think about it, you guys, if I group those together right now, don't do it, but if I did, you'll see it makes a little slot for where we can slide in our ID badge. Did you know what? That is exactly what we want, but you need to ungroup it. Don't group it together. Okay, not yet. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this thing and we're going to align this. And what does this do? All this does is it cuts out the front so that you can actually see the badge. For example, let me see. If I group it together without this, look at what happens. This would totally hold a badge, and it would work if it ever works. Let's see if it's going to come together. Maybe that didn't. Okay, see that? There it goes. It took a second. You could put a badge in there, but nobody could see your face or picture. I know some of you would like that. You like to put stickers and things over there, or put markers and scribble out your picture. But of course, for our school, we definitely have to have it. And think about it. Why would we have an ID badge that doesn't identify you? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so what we want instead is we want this thing to be where it should be, and it's going to cut out, let me show you. So now when we have this thing here in the front, it's going to cut it out so that not only does it hold the badge, but people can actually see the badge that's in it while it's in the badge holder. All right, let's do that right now. Okay, click this box and hold down Shift and click this box. You can't do the drag and select on this because you'll get all the other piece that's inside of there, and we don't want that. Click this one, hold down Shift and click this one. Now I've got these two pieces ready to go. I'm going to align them and click on this box to make it hold still. And I'm going to move this box to the back. I know that's not right. We'll fix that later. All the way to the back. All the way to the middle and right in the middle. And then all the way up at the top. Mine's already there, but you can click the top one. And you can see it's back, middle, top. Now that would be really silly to do right now. Maybe it would look cool, I don't know. But what we're going to do is click that shape and then use your arrow keys to move it 2 millimeters forward. 1, 2. And now it lines up just like it's supposed to, just like that. See how it's even with our badge slot? And it sticks out the front, so it's going to cut out anything that's in the way of that. Now, who cares if it sticks out a little extra? That's fine, as long as it cuts what we need it to cut. Okay, the last part of it is, now for this part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually group these together. Grab them all at once and group them. And you get something that would hold a badge, but you can't put a lanyard or a badge clip through it. Okay? Click this, hold down Shift and click this. Go to the Align tool or plus L on your keyboard. Again, I know I'm being annoying, but I'm just trying to get you to remember the shortcuts. Click this one to make sure this one stays put and this one moves to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to align it. Let's go to the back, the middle, and all the way to the top. That's not going to work, but we'll fix that in just a second. And click off of it, and it should be something like this. And now that you can see, ours has been moved down a little bit so it makes a hole that actually works. Look what would happen if we did this. That would not work. Nothing would work there, right? That wouldn't line up with your badge, and then it wouldn't hook on anything, and it would just fall off. So let's undo that and not group it. And we're going to move it down. So what we need to do now is we just need to move this down 4 millimeters and then group it all together. So let's go here. Let's go down to 4 millimeters. So you grab the arrow. See that black arrow on the top? Grab that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It should say -4. That means you've moved it 4 down from where it was exactly. Okay, cool. And now we can grab all of this stuff and group it. Okay, cool. Now we have a badge holder that actually would work. You could put it in there, it'd be lame, but it would work. In the next video, we're going to make it cooler looking by cutting off these corners that would be sharp and nasty, and cutting off these top corners that they wouldn't be good either. Okay? So bear with me and we'll be back for the next video for that part. Thank you, everybody.